Hello.
How was your weekend?
Good. Let me just do my stuff. Um, I got a haircut, which was nice.
Nice.
I helped out my friend's comedy special, which was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, start recording. But yeah, it's and then this week there's a hardcore metal show at the place I volunteer slash work at now. But so that's gonna be all hands on deck type of situation. Um, but let's see, testing. All right, I sound pretty good. All right, welcome everyone. I am the Traveling Wanderer. Welcome to another edition of Micro Power Hour. I am currently working on the waterfall, the sides, and stuff like that. But yes, let's get this party started. Uh, don't like how. Oh, that's fine. Cool, that's fine. Yes, let's continue. But yeah, things have been pretty busy, so it's good.
Oh, that's good. He's at a metal concert?
Yes, a very heavy metal with like five bands, and they're apparently very. They have their fans are very intense, so it's going to be very interesting.
Okay.
Um,
Uh, well, I got a haircut as well.
nice.
And, um, things are not terrible yet, so.
That's good. Knock on wood, I guess.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Whew. I. Man, this is.
Oh, yesterday when I was getting groceries, um, the cashier was ringing me up, and I guess she was the manager,
Uh,
but she was on the phone with someone, and uh, that person on the other side of the phone was not very happy, and just I guess like was like, I don't know what was the situation, but the person started yelling at her, and it was all like she was like, "Sir, this is not how we handle things," and all these things, and but it just kept escalating. So she eventually put him on hold, and everyone around her was like, "I'm so sorry that happened." But it was a very interesting situation.
uh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was. I always hear about those type of things, but I never get to witness those like
First
those
hand.
interactions in person. So
Yeah.
it was very interesting.
Huh.
But yeah, it
Oh.
was. Yeah, I don't know what it was about, but it was. Yeah, it was. I think because I think it was like Whole Foods, so I was just picking up
Oh.
something one thing, but I guess their Amazon something was wrong with their Amazon pickup thing or drop off thing. So,
Okay.
and then he claimed like, oh, it's racism and like it's all these things. You're discriminating against me, and it was just very weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear the other side of it. I just felt bad for the cashier because she was like, "Sir, I'm so sorry this happened, but sir, you can't talk to me like that, sir, sir." It was like a whole bunch, and then eventually she just put him on hold. But it was just a very. It was one of the few times where everyone around was like felt bad, I guess, for the cashier and offering their condolences, I guess. So it was very interesting to see.
And people wonder why everybody's leaving.
I guess.
Yeah. So um on this grab the side with the...
Look at all those chickens.
Kiki.
Ice cream.
Right off the bat.
Ice cream.
Right.
We ice cream for
Taco,
ice cream.
Uh-huh.
there's a slime on in the waterfall.
A slime.
Yeah,
Slime chunk.
they're just hanging out,
Oh, if they're just hanging out, that's fine.
but it's the bigger one.
If
Slime
he's,
chunk.
if he's just hanging out, it's fine.
Slime chunk.
Nah, if
Ice
he's
cream.
like, there's a slime on the waterfall and he looks hungry, then we're like, okay.
It's hungry for ice cream.
Hold on.
Let's see. Vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet
Hold
with
on.
icy
Give me
orange
a second.
swirl. No, I want ice cream.
I always wait for you, and now you can't even wait for me.
I give you plenty of time. Today I just wanted to jump right into it.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
I have it now. What were you saying? Vanilla something?
What just happened?
It is vanilla ice
Taco,
cream.
I just got kicked out.
You did?
You probably tapped
Yeah.
out the game.
Nah, that's just your weird computer, Kiki.
Okay, it's called Ice Out Orange Cream. It's vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet with icy orange swirls.
Oh, icy? Or icy is in, like, cold-ish. Oh, okay, yes, cold-ish.
I'm not even gonna question.
Are these about like the drink?
It smells so good.
Mine is weird. But, what? Maybe it's not supposed to be like that. Yours doesn't have like frozen ice crystals in it, does it?
You mean the icy orange swirls?
Oh.
I saw that. I was like, huh.
Yeah, because I'm like, did mine melt or something? Oops. I don't know about this.
What is it? The icy orange swirls?
Yeah, I don't know about these icy orange swirls. Like, the consistency is way different.
Yeah, I mean, it is literally ice.
It's growing on me, but I'm... So far, this brand has, like, done stuff that I've never, like... is doing stuff that I'm not used to.
Okay.
So, like, mixing sherbet and ice cream.
That was interesting.
Like, that was different, but also, like, that's what a creamsicle is. It's like popsicle with ice cream in the middle. So it's like, I've kind of been there. But this one, now is mixing actual ice.
I don't think I like the ice. Yeah, I don't think I like the ice.
Yeah, it was interesting at first. And then it turns into like, oh, I wanted ice cream. I didn't want, like, do you make those little, like, you pour Kool-Aid in a cup and put it in the freezer?
Yes.
In the freezer? Yeah. Like, I either want ice cream or I want one of those. Like, this one's like mixing both. It's a little nostalgic, which is cool, but
yeah, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of the
it depends on
ice.
how much of this ice is in here. Like, if it's some, then I'm like, okay, I can deal with it. But if it's like one of the main three components, then I'm like,
I don't know. It's giving me that like the ice cream thawed and then refroze kind of
yes,
thing.
that's what I thought. I was like, oh, did I mess mine up?
Yeah. The orange creamsicle part is good.
Oh yeah, I love the
I'm-
orange sherbet. I could just eat that by itself. The grape sherbet was a little bit too strong, but mixing it with the peanut butter kind of like evened it out.
Yeah, which is what you're supposed to do with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. Mm,
You know, I think this is trying to go with a, what is that, like the Italian ice and the ice cream kind of vibe.
mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm trying to go with that, but the ice is just too rock solid to give that like Italian ice kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever had Italian ice.
Meh.
Italian ice is pretty good.
What kind did you have?
It's usually cherry. That's my go-to.
Okay.
Um,
Every
there's,
time.
yeah, I think it's just there's a bunch of flavors, but I usually just go for cherry.
Okay. Every now and then I
Wow.
find like an iceberg in it. And I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say this is okay. If it didn't have the icebergs in it, I would love it.
Yeah. Or if like, I don't know, somehow they made the icy part more blendable, I guess you can say.
Yeah, like how could you like slushy maybe?
Mm,
Can a slushy stay in slushy form without it having to be like
I don't think so.
yeah, because it's like it stays in that form because it's in the machine and like it's keep
Mhm.
churning
Okay.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
I'm
that the,
the
I,
ice.
the ice is too hard, but other than that, it's great.
Mm-hmm. But the ice cream is good.
What?
The ice cream is good.
Oh, okay, yes, the ice cream is very good. And so
I'm
far
sure
we've had, huh?
No, I'm just thinking like this is another ice cream and sherbet blend.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, so far we've had 2 in a row that are like that.
Mm. Need to look at the other ones and see if they are. I wonder if like that's what his play is doing, like the mixture of the two different kinds.
See,
Hmm. Mm. Yum. Yum, yum,
Oh,
yum,
Juan,
yum.
Yes.
stop at the dirt.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
You're gonna pass the dirt.
But
Wrong
the what do you mean? Oh, I thought the stop at the this wall.
No, like the to your. Okay, stand still.
Oh, wait.
You're going down the stone.
Okay. I have a quarter of my ice cream. I'm gonna go put it back in the freezer now.
You mean this dirt wall right here?
What?
I said I ate a quarter of my ice cream and I'm gonna go put it back in the freezer now.
Okay, cool. So right in front of you, that layer of dirt.
Right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Stop at the dirt.
Yeah, that's I have 2 left.
No, you're going down below the dirt. I guess come over here so I can show you like my
Your thought process.
well, I guess my current issue. Come here.
Yes, I know. I'm going up so I can drop down.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, so right here where the glass is, as soon as it touches gravel, that's where I turn it into deep slate. The way that I know that is because I lay the dirt on top of the gravel. So as soon as I get to the dirt level, then right under the dirt level, that's where the deep slate begins.
Okay.
So
What do you want me to stop here?
Oh no, so come on this side. So right here, I guess the dirt level might have been here, right under where this glass is. So right here, I should turn it into deep slate, but I don't know if that's true because the dirt level's gone.
Okay. So where do you want me to stop then?
Yeah, so whenever you're working down, as soon as you touch the dirt, like don't go through the dirt.
Oh, okay, I see. So you want me to stay with the dirt level?
Yes.
Okay. Because I didn't do that for this side, but I'll do that for next time.
Yeah, because right now I don't know where like a lot of like all this part right here is gonna get dug out anyway.
Okay.
But for this glass wall part, that part I need to know where to stop and turn it into deep slate.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do the last two and then I'll stick to the dirt.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm gonna just go ahead and say that it's starting here because that's the easiest way to. Do I have stone? Yes, I do. Okay. Is it nighttime already?
Yeah. Oh! I meant to watch a video again before I got on here. Somebody made a TikTok and it was all like 100 reasons why I hate Bedrock Minecraft. And I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And it was because basically it was talking about mechanics that Bedrock doesn't have, but Java does.
Like what?
Well, off the top of my head, the only one that I can remember is that is the furnace minecart. I think was the only one I remember.
That Bedrock doesn't have it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've never had one, so yeah. You know what, Juan?
What?
A minecart with a furnace in it?
What about it?
We wouldn't have to keep moving the super smelter?
Oh yeah, that'd been super helpful.
Well, I don't know if it. Well, I guess it does work like that, but the main focus of it is actually to work more like a train. You push it and it keeps going. So when you used to have a trail of minecarts, you would be able to put coal in it and it will work like a powered engine, able to push all your minecarts. That's the function of it.
Oh, it wasn't just
I don't think it would have worked as like a super smelter, but I think it was just like, cause yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, nah, never mind then.
No, I mean, maybe you could, but hey,
I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah.
I like super smelter better.
I don't know. Maybe when I get on Java, I will try it out and see. So there was I remember something up. If it was the offhand thing, I think I said you can have. There's only 5 things in Bedrock that you can have in your offhand. One's a map, one's a shield, One's a totem of undying.
Yes.
An arrow.
An
And
arrow.
the last one is a rocket.
An arrow.
But
Why would you have an arrow there? I
you know, that's
just
a
saw
free
into
spot.
the world.
I ain't even gonna lie, that not like I use my left hand for anything else. I might as well hold an arrow.
I don't want to just have an arrow sticking into my screen for no reason.
I mean, it's a free inventory slot, so I'm okay with that one.
Well, in the Java version, you can put anything in the shield spot. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what makes it better. But the interesting fact about that was the fact that even though you can put like a rocket in your offhand, like in Java, for when you're flying with an elytra, it doesn't work like that in Bedrock. So even if you have the rocket in your offhand, you can't even use it to fly, so you just go crashing into the ground.
Oh, so you still have to hold it in your regular hand?
Yes.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, you have to put it in your regular hand to use it, but you can hold it in your offhand if you want to.
It's like a holster. That's dumb. Why would you even do?
I don't know. That's
That would
your
make-
Bedrock game for you.
Well, can you in Java? Can you put it in your offhand and use it?
Yep.
Okay. That's
Yep. Oh, come on. We just.
No, really?
What happened?
Kiki. Kiki.
Just had ice cream. We were having such a good day.
What happened?
Kiki.
Stop blaming me.
Oh my god.
Well, I heard orange chocolate is a good combination, so hopefully the orange flavor in my mouth will help this freaking 90% dark chocolate go down easier.
My orange flavor is already gone.
Oh, I hate this.
Ray, come get some chocolate.
Thank you,
You can
so
mix it with
much.
the ice cream. It'll be chocolate chip orange sherbet swirl.
Ew. Man, I sure do appreciate getting the round off even more sweets, if you can call this that, with a nice piece of 90% pure dark cocoa. Man,
That doesn't sound very good.
I don't want it.
It's- so I'm still breaking the freaking bar and looking at it and wondering my life choices.
I don't want
It's not the
to,
first
Kiki.
life choice I'm regretting at the moment, but
You
it
don't
is
have
true.
to.
Because they did the 2 for the price of 1, and you agreed to do these. So, yeah, you're kind of stuck in here with it with me. Yep, okay. It doesn't ever get any easier.
It's been so long.
So it's 100%ly amazing. The orange is not helping.
I wish I had orange left. Well, you should get
No
some
orange,
you
God,
should
what
get some
you at?
chocolate too.
Next
Yeah,
time I
I'm
go
good.
grocery shopping, I just need to grab some ice cream. I just need the list of what we get, because I couldn't find any Little Debbie's. And I don't think. I think Little Debbie's may be a southern thing, because I couldn't find any.
The little Debbie thing, it initially came out a year ago. so they're probably discontinued by now.
Oh.
We talked about it, but then we didn't actually like go after it until like a year after they had released them.
Pain and suffer.
These, how long ago did they, I guess, make the ice cream?
Which ice cream we talking about?
The one you have still flavor left over.
Oh, maybe a year. I don't know. Maybe not even that. I don't know the Snoop Dogg ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why does that never get any easier? A year. It came out last year around July.
Okay. So we're always a year behind the trend.
Ah! Yeah.
What else came out last year? We can do that next. Ugh. Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, I hate that mess.
I wonder what 100% cocoa tastes like.
Horrible. Even worse.
I'm like, we're already 95% of the way there.
Nah. Nah. Technically, we're only 90% of the way there, dude.
Huh?
Well, would the percentage of the chocolate technically represent the percentage of how far we are?
What do you mean?
The percentage of the chocolate.
What do you mean by how far we are?
The percentage of how far we are to 100.
Yeah, it's it's 95% like just pure cocoa, and then 5% sweeteners and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, like milk chocolate, that's like 30% cocoa and like 70% sweeteners. And then dark chocolate, I think, starts at, I don't remember what it starts at, but I know like 70% is dark chocolate. Or 65%, something like that. I need to get the laptop set up so I can ask Copilot. Yeah, I'm like 65-70% actually tastes like good.
It is almost time to sleep.
Okay. And then once it gets past like 70-75, then I'm like,
It is time to sleep.
good. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I could just put the glass here. There's no real reason for me not to. Oops. Oh. Since I found like 400 glass. more like 200. Oop.
I don't remember what I was doing last time, and so now I'm kind of just running around because I don't remember what I was trying to do.
You're trying to help put glass for the waterfall.
I can tell you it wasn't that because I remember the cows and sheep got out, so I was totally over here at spawn. I do remember that happening now.
Thank you for saving the day, because I was about to have a barbecue.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have been the one that would have to sit there and reread them all. You would have just been like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, my brain was like, I cannot bother. Barbecue.
Barbecue at Tacos Place. Whoop, whoop.
I'm down.
I like all the villagers that are mesmerized with the fence gates for some reason.
Didn't they change the name of cooked beef to steak?
Did they?
Yeah, I think either in the latest update or in an update coming soon, they adjusted parity for item names.
Wait, now I'm interested.
I was about
What
to say.
does it say? I gotta go check. I almost hit a frog.
I think you're just searching there.
Why? When I can get some free food while I'm at it.
No.
Okay, here we go. One and done.
No, I can't do it that way.
So it does say raw beef. And then I go and I cook said raw beef. And it turns into... Nope. Hey, there's 55 glass in this mini smelter.
Hey, I can use that eventually.
And it says steak.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, did it always... When did it stop saying cooked beef?
In the last update.
Did it always say cooked beef? Hey. If only my server was. I'll be able to... Well, technically, I guess I can check it on the 1.18 one, because I can technically kill cows there and see what it says. Because now I'm wondering, has my brain just always tricked myself to say, well, we cooked beef and beef is just steak, and so I've just always automatically thought of this being steak, and even though it might have said raw cooked beef.
Okay.
Like one of those brain things, like
Wait.
Hmm?
No, they just changed it in Bedrock.
Wait, so you're saying that in Java it still says cooked beef, or
I think in
No,
Java it's
in
just cooked
Java,
steak.
in Java, it's always been steak. In Bedrock, it's been cooked beef.
once again, it's an afterthought here. Obviously tells you which one's better.
No, because just because it's cooked beef doesn't automatically mean it's steak. They actually made it worse. Because what if... Dang it, never mind. That's not a good food. That's not a good example.
Huh? What? What was that example?
I was gonna say
Here we go with
Salisbury
it?
steak, but that's like
Hey,
that's
even worse.
completely not my point.
They downgraded the food.
Wait, what?
So we downgraded the food.
You don't like
Sorry.
Salisbury steak?
Yeah, it's too close to meatloaf.
I love some Salisbury steak.
Too close to meatloaf.
So what makes it Salisbury steak instead of like a burger?
And the sauce that gets put on it, I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't have any like bread or anything mixed in like meatloaf does.
I'm
No,
checking.
Yeah.
or isn't it? No, isn't it just like a hamburger patty, and then you put a sauce on it?
I feel like it has a different
Oh.
texture.
Yeah, it's made from ground beef, so it's not really a steak.
Where is my steak?
Made from seasoned ground beef patties served with a simple mushroom and onion gravy.
Okay. So I'm guessing the ones that I get are like cut with something.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like sides to it and stuff like that. So
Like maybe it's like like a percentage soy or something.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of cheap burger patties are. They just add filler in there because it's like
Horse meat that everybody says that it is.
I don't want to know about horse meat.
this hamburger steak dish was named after Dr. James Henry Salisbury, a doctor who studied nutrition in the 19th century and was a big proponent of minced beef as a health food.
Minced beef as a health food.
So minced instead of ground?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Meatloaf. I don't like meatloaf. Meatloaf is a seasoned meat mixture formed into a loaf of meat, if you will, and baked in a loaf pan in the oven. Salisbury steak is sometimes similarly seasoned, but formed into patties and browned in a skillet on the stovetop. The Salisbury steak is also typically served with gravy, often a mushroom-based gravy. Yeah.
So because that description didn't say that there's breadcrumbs in meat.
There are some, there are some things that have breadcrumbs in it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like because the Salisbury steaks that I have are like as soft as meatloaf, I'm thinking Salisbury steak also has breadcrumbs in it. But I've never made it, so I've always bought it frozen.
The difference between ground meat and minced meat is that ground meat is an emulsion of lean meat and fat, whereas minced meat is a finely chopped skeleton mushroom meat. Skeletal muscle meat. So ground meat is consistent and smooth, and minced meat is choppy and textured.
I don't think I've ever had minced meat.
I know I haven't had it. That's why I was like, is there a difference? That's why I looked it up, because I wanted to know, was there a difference in between it?
Well, I'm glad that I repaired my pickaxe because
Time to go break.
there's a lot of stuff to mine.
Mining away. I know what. I'm gonna mine it anyway. Okay, so that's brick and
So Taco, you want me to go above this dirt block right here?
andesite
Yes.
walls.
Okay.
We're in the walls. Andesite walls to be specific. Andesite walls.
Kiki,
Yes.
how was your weekend?
Too many weddings.
Too many weddings, you said?
Yes.
Too many? Isn't that
Yeah.
a good thing? Everybody's happy.
I mean, that one, they're not all good weddings.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I am actually prepared. I got my bed on me for once.
Good job.
Finally gotten part of my inventory back in my inventory.
I've only been to a couple of weddings, and of those, I would say at least only one has resulted in divorce.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. Not to bring the mood down or anything.
Oops.
Yep. Okay. Walls are in place.
Ah. Hmm. How often do y'all buy cakes?
Okay.
For weddings or just in general?
Just in general.
Not very
Um,
often. I mean, um, my sister's birthday was recently, so I gave her stuff. But if I find something cool, I'll be like, oh, like I thought of you, because the other day I found a cheese bookmark. So my sister loves cheese, so I was like, this is for you. This is perfect for you. So if I see something and it like, if I if it's for the person and I'm like, oh, this reminded me of you, then I'll be like, sure, I'll get it. But it's very rare.
um, I mean,
Cause that's how you make cakes. So
yeah, but I make pound cakes, and there's a difference between a pound cake and just like a regular cake. The consistency is different. But if I'm in the mood for cakes, I'm always down to buy it.
okay.
Or like me and my friends, usually after we go out to eat, we always get ourselves sometimes a little treat, and sometimes that could consist of cake depending on where we're going. So I don't buy it often, but I do buy it a few times though.
Okay.
But probably not as often as I buy like other sweet treats.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think I get cakes any other time other than in somebody else's birthday. Um, and that's if it's someone who's like really like
Close friend.
no like what do you call that? Not close family, but like what do you call it? Not extent. What it? Immediate family? I don't know.
Immediate family?
Yeah, like parents, siblings, or nieces and nephews. So like my niece's birthday was a while ago, and we have to be careful which cake we get because of allergies.
Mm.
So we can't get chocolate, which I'm like, that's fine. And we went to this one bakery, and normally we always get our cakes from like HEB, because Walmart's cakes I don't think I've had a Walmart cake in a long time, but they're like they're okay. HEBs are better. Sam's are better than Walmart, and then I think Costco are even better, but we don't. For the longest time, we didn't have a Costco card, and now that we do have one, I don't get cakes from there. But the last one that I got was from a bakery, and oh man, that's our new spot now.
I mean, bakeries are the places to go. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but bakeries are awesome.
Oh yeah, it was like double the price, but it was really good. So yeah, the next birthday that comes up, it's like all the cakes are coming from there now.
I don't usually ever buy birthday cake. And so, like, the cake that we usually get are like always like the like random flavor ones that you wouldn't see people usually having as a birthday cake flavor.
Like strawberry.
I don't like strawberry cake.
Really?
As a
Yeah,
cake flavor or just in general?
in general.
Mm. I can see that. It's yeah.
Well, actually, I don't really like strawberry flavored anything besides like strawberry lemonade or things or like strawberries in general. I think are like the only two strawberry things that I like. There might be like a few pieces of like strawberry candies, like either Skittles or like some hard candy that I might like, but anything
That.
strawberry flavored, like strawberry ice cream or strawberry cake, I do not like.
What about that strawberry candy with the strawberry colored wrapping?
Oh, the strawberry cream one? The cream saver candy? That hard candy?
The hard candy with like the gummy middle.
Yes, I do like that. But no, I think it's called like cream saver or something like that. Like that old candy that like got discontinued for like a long time and then it got
Yeah.
recontinued. I
Recontinued?
love
That's what it's
that.
called?
I love
It's
it.
essentially old people candy.
Yeah. It's like the strawberry version of butterscotch or something.
Yes, I love that candy. Oh my god, my sister actually got me like a whole bag of it for like Christmas one time.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like Werther's Original, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
the strawberry cream.
Wow. I kind of want one now.
Oh yeah, they're so good. But yeah, but if I buy cake, it's like some like random one. Like most of the time, it's just the Oreo.
Okay. Um. So, why do you think you like that strawberry thing?
That's artificial. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it a nostalgia thing?
Oh, the candy, yeah, and the nostalgia thing. I hear a zombie. Where are you? How are you? There you are. Arrows in my offhand. Got it. Good thing my arrows are in my offhand, so I don't forget that I have them. When they're always in your face, you never will lose them.
I am gonna dump some gravel. Why do I hear something falling? Did you just fall from somewhere?
No, but I just killed something.
Oh, okay, that's enough. Yahoo! This is so dangerous. Ah,
Did you just
okay.
jump from? Oh,
Really?
I thought you jumped from my area, and I was like, that's
No,
very
much
bold.
closer. But yes, I did jump sideways across the waterfall.
Wait. Oh, give me a whole bunch of cobblestone now. What the fuck? Should I
Aye.
really just... Oh my gosh, I get distracted so easily. I only did half a tower. As in, like, I literally stopped and was all like, okay. I stopped halfway of doing the level and then just went on to the next tower. Okay.
Kiki, do you think you have ADD?
ADHD, yes.
I do. I do as well.
I think I do too. Has anybody been like officially?
When I was younger.
That was very dumb of me to ask a question and then dive into the waterfall. I'm sorry. What was the answers?
Definitely when I was younger, because when I was younger, I was very antsy and just very like I need to do stuff, and school was a little rough because, if I liked a subject, I would try to stay still, but if I didn't, I would just read, and my teachers didn't like that very much. Or I just like act out and try to be the class clown, even though it didn't work. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, school was tough, but I wouldn't say I'm better now, but definitely as I got older, it's definitely calmed down a little bit. Definitely if I'm like very stressed out, then it happens more often. But I have it a little under control now. I like to think.
Okay. I think I'm the opposite. I think that it was slight when I was younger, and the older I get, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah, I definitely have moments where I'm like I can't concentrate at all, but it's those are very rare depending on situation.
Yeah, like earlier this year, I was in one class, and I'm trying to learn. It was a hardware class, like computer hardware. And I'm like, oh, I know this
Mhm.
stuff. I've built like several computers, and I used to listen to Linus Tech Tips all the time. So I'm like, I know of tech and all this other kind of stuff. And then I go through the class. Understand 50% of it, and then the other stuff they talk about is server stuff. And my brain's like, we're closed. No more information's coming in today. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but I'm taking a class. I need to learn this stuff. And they're like, no, we're full. Get at it. Go, come back later. And I'm like, well, how much later? They're like, later. And I just moved on to a different class because my brain was not absorbing anything. And now I'm in another class, and I'm like, cool. And I am in about the same position. It's like, this is stuff that I don't know, but I've learned all the interesting stuff. And now they're trying to teach me the not interesting stuff. And my brain's like, we're full again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I've been learning for 3 months on this whole thing. And then now all of a sudden you're like, we're full. And they're like, yep. And I'm like, I can't do it. And like, I look at all the projects that I have that aren't finished. And I'm like swamp zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why haven't I finished that? And it was like one thing like derailed it, and then it's just paused forever. And it's like, why are we building the spire here instead of where we originally said it was gonna go?
Yeah, if I had to like go to a session and they're like, "Why do you think you have ADHD?" I just show them one of my Minecraft streams, and we're like, yep, I can totally see why." You ask me how much stuff I'll get done in one stream, and I can tell you that there are sometimes I've gone 2 or 3 hours and I have not achieved a single thing.
It's like, there's this term called bias for action, and some people have trouble with bias for action. I have zero trouble with bias for action. I have trouble with bias for completion. Like, I can start anything. Somebody's like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, let's go. Part of the way through it, we'll run. Like, just give me one issue. Just one tiny issue, and I'm going to move on to the next thing.
That's kind of how I was when I was younger. I would start something and then just not even it didn't even have to be an issue. I just would stop because I guess too bored or just like okay I've done this now. I guess time to move on.
Yeah, like I'm curious if that is one of the reasons why I don't finish anime. Because I finish a lot. I just don't finish them all. And I'm like,
Shocking.
Is it ADHD or ADD or whatever? I think a lot of it's just time constraint. Like, I think as soon as I run into one issue, I move on to the next thing. And so I don't know if it's the same thing or not. And it's like, I'm almost 40. I don't want to go get tested.
But as they say, adults are less adults have are what is it? Adults are less diagnosed because they won't get tested, even though they're probably more highly chance of having it compared to like the kids or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, because like I function most of the time. It's fine.
Yeah, it seems good enough.
Yeah, it's
75% of the time I function, yep, I'm making it through.
yeah. And then I turn around and there's like 7 unfinished things, and I'm like, well, I didn't. Oops, I didn't not finish it because I got distracted. I didn't finish it because I ran into an issue. And then if I think about it really hard, it's like I ran into an issue. So then I started something to solve the issue, and that didn't work. So then I realized that this project can't be completed right now, and then I moved on to something else. So I'm like, is that technically losing interest? Or is that running into a roadblock and then deciding to use your time more efficiently instead of banging your head against this problem that can't be solved? You just work on something that can be worked on. And I don't know. I don't know if they're like, yeah, that's the same thing.
My defense is I will start something. I'm like, oh, look at this. Let me go and do this real quick. And then that thing I started, completely gone. And then now we're on to something else. And we're like, wait, I was like, wait a minute, weren't I working on this? And then we go back. And we go back to doing it. And then once again, oh, look. Let me go, what's that? And then I'm sidetracked for another 30 to 45 minutes. And then I remember, hey, we were working on this. Let's just get back to it. And then by then, it's like the end of the stream. And so I was like, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We totally made 10% progress in a 3-hour stream. But, you know, that seems fine. I mean, it's totally not the whole reason why I had a whole year of working on projects that got started and never finished and stuff.
Yeah, I do have moments like that where I'm like, oh, I need some glass. And then I go and swim up the waterfall and then boat over to the tunnel and then boat through the tunnel and then get to the house and open the door and walk into the warehouse. And then I'm like, why am I here? And for the next 45 minutes, I will not bring glass. I won't. Because I can't. Because I'll keep coming back here. And then I'll be like, oh, glass. And then I go back. And I get to the warehouse. And I don't have glass. And then I don't remember what I'm supposed to get.
Sometimes the conversation is too good and then you get distracted by that and then just like, wait, what was I here for?
Yep. Or like those pending projects or pending tasks that need to be done. You get there and then you see one of them and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Like fixing the item sorter. I'm like, that's gonna take hours. When am I gonna prioritize that? Not right now. What was I here for again? You go to get tested for that anyway?
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm sure just like do some research or ask maybe your job, maybe if they know people or they know like a specific area. But I feel like it's just like research, and then you'd be surprised, like, oh, that's what that place was.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to get tested and stuff like that, but yeah. And then, because for me, like when I was younger, But yeah, for me, it definitely for school wise and stuff like that, I was able to get more time on tests. I was able to get like an aid kind of just to, like help me focus on stuff and just and sometimes if the tests were like really intense or like harder and stuff like that, I would be able to go into another room and just take them there because that way I would have less distractions
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, so and it definitely helped in like high school and middle school and college. I didn't really need it so much because by that point I knew what was required I needed to do and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, it's different for everyone.
Okay. Your old buddy, the slime's back. As soon as you said distraction, I've been like staring at him hop around. It's like as soon as you left, he spawned in. Okay, what am I doing now? Oh, I have a bunch of dirt. So does that mean that I was laying out a path for you? If so, I can put down a couple more rows so I can empty out my inventory. Besides, I'm so glad there's a what you call it here, a breather thingy, conduit. There you go. It is almost sunset. Oh God, excuse me.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Like, yeah.
Oh man.
Where am I? That one. Okay. On to this one. But yeah, but I've also had like a few people tell me or ask me, I'm like, hey, do you have, like ADHD? And I'm like, I probably do. Just not diagnosed.
Oh, that's what I was. Yeah. So, uh, um, I don't know. I guess I'm. I guess either way. So let's say, it's like yes, you do have it. Then it's like, should I go on medication? Should I like set something up for work? So like I one of the reasons why I left the office job is because I just couldn't keep up. And my brain was just like enough. And I'm like, no, we still got work to do. And they're like, no, we don't. And I just couldn't do it anymore. Um and I don't know if that's because it's just a very like demanding job and anybody would just fizzle out after a while, or if it's like I just could not focus and the work that I was doing was so monotonous and so dry and uninteresting that my brain just refused to focus.
Mhm.
So in cases like that, there was one person who was diagnosed and they were taking Adderall,
Mhm.
or yeah, Adderall, and yeah, like they took it every day, and days that they forgot, they're like, oh, I can't focus at all right now. And like, crap, I left my medicine at home, and then they would just struggle through the day. And I'm like, is that the same thing? Because with that, it's more of like a hyperactive thing because they were just talkative all day. And me, I'm not like that. For me, I'm like, I either can hyper focus or not focus at all.
I mean, it's worth talking to a doctor with it, I guess, or just like seeing like what the options are.
Yes.
Because
So
medication can or can't work. It depends.
yeah, and I know myself, like I refuse to take medication for things that I don't think are super necessary.
Right. I agreed too. I think I was on medication when I was younger, but it didn't work, or it just like changed me a little bit, I guess. Just but so
Yeah, I'm always like worried about side effects. I'm like,
yeah.
is there a way I can do this without
Worrying about side effects.
yeah, and relying on a chemical that is probably fine.
Probably.
Yes. um so and then there's the whole like the other side of it. What if I get tested and they're like, nah, you're fine? I'm like, well then why can't I concentrate? What the fuck? So I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed, but then I don't want to know and be like, you should probably be on medication. And then I'm like, I don't want to.
I mean, no one's technically. I mean, right now, no one's like forcing you to go on medication. It just you're trying to see like what helps you and what doesn't. So obviously, you don't want medication, which is fine. But I know some places are just like, oh yeah, these are some of the different types of ways you can like not control it, but just help you function throughout the day and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So that's where I am. I'm like, I'm like, do I want to know?
My thing
Sometimes-
is, I do want to know. I just don't want to pay the cost of getting the test done.
Oh.
Because like Juan said, like nobody's forcing you. All because you take the test and you find out you do have it or you don't have it. They're not saying, okay, well, you have to start taking this medication. It's always a choice. But it's the cost of the test that I just don't want to do or pay for.
How?
It's just a
that
fee.
too.
How?
And I feel like there are some tests online that you could do. Maybe that like could.
Go take this test and finish the whole test.
If you don't finish the whole test, that's probably a good indication that you probably do have it.
Man, these exams that I've been taking over like the last year or so, it's been a nightmare. And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't get distracted, I just fall asleep. And
No,
I'm
I get
like,
distracted. I'm hella like, I'm over this. Got Twitch playing over here in the background. Let me just focus more on that real quickly.
well, yeah, so like with my test, they're all like, they have a person on the webcam and like you can't have any electronics or anything. So I'm just like sitting in front of my laptop in total silence. And they're like, and you have 2 hours and go. And I'm like, 75 questions. Okay, let's get started. And I'm like, yep, know that answer. Yep, know that answer. I'm not too sure about that one, but then yes, I know that answer. And then I know this one, and then I don't know that one. Interesting.
Oh my god.
And then 7 seconds later, I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, it already happened. I'm only like 15 questions in. Okay.
Out of how many?
70.
Oof.
So I'm like, okay, let's hurry up. I know this one. I know that one. I don't know that one. I know this one. I know that one. And then I'm like, cool. I'm halfway done with the test. Let's just try to get through it. And then 5 5 questions till the end, and it's like, I'm like, I hate this stupid test. And then I have to start shifting around. And then like, I literally can't do anything, or else I'll disqualify myself from this test. So, breathe intentionally. All right, answer 5 more questions, 4 more questions, 3 more questions, 2 questions, last question. I don't care. Just pick an answer and finish the test. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. And that's been the last 6 tests.
And how have you been doing on them?
The last one was for my hardware class, and I failed it twice.
Oof.
I think I got a 60 on, I got a 60 on one, and it needs to be a 70, and then I got like a 68 on the second one, and I missed it by like 1 question. And then to take it again, it costs $60.
Oof.
So I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I talked to my program mentor, and she was like, well, you can start another class. And I'm like, oh, yes, absolutely, I'm doing that. And then I started the other class, and then I'm most of the way through it. And then I have 3 weeks left before I have to finish the class before the semester's over. And I am on like the last couple chapters, and my brain is man, Ray was out of town. It was just me at the house. It's a perfect time for me to just blast school stuff all day and get stuff done. And I was listening to the lecture, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let me sit down. I got 3 weeks left. I can't. Come on. If I pass this, I'll be I'll have a legit certification I can get a different job with if I wanted to. And I just can't. My brain's like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, but it's free. Come on. It's like 3 more chapters. And it's like, my brain's like, no. Like, come on, man.
I mean, it might be worth to talk to someone just about that, just in general, or just like see like what they offer.
Your narcolepsy. Is that what it is? No, that's not the wording.
It's not exactly it, but it feels like it. Like,
you're in the early stages of those people that like fall asleep randomly.
Like narcolepsy kind of thing?
Yeah.
I was right. Yeah,
Yeah. It's. I was like, where did my bed go? Okay. For some reason, my bed popped off to the left behind me. I was like, did I just destroy my bed? Where's my bed? I'm supposed to use my silk touch
that didn't
hand.
take long. I said that didn't take long. Get distracted. Oh, that's not where that goes. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm just like, I was like, come on, we got 3 weeks. Right. But I think part of it also is because I'm in like frustrated mode again, where I'm like, things aren't progressing, and I'm like trying to figure it out, so I'm like staying up a little bit later, which is making me more tired throughout the day, especially because like over the last couple months, me and Ray had the same schedule, so 3 days out of the week I could just turn off my alarm and just sleep until my back hurt, and I was like, okay, let's get up. And now our schedules are opposite, and I'm like, I can't sleep in anymore. And then the other days I'm like, but I gotta figure this out. But I should be sleeping at 8:30.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
It is warm in here.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
This thermostat tries to be sneaky
Nope.
sometimes.
Nope.
Oh my god, it's 77. 78. Oh my god, why did it turn off? Okay.
There we go. Another tower done. One tower left. Then all the towers will be done. And then I gotta do the whole wall for this side. And then we'll only have one wall, long-ish wall of a hell of a wall we have to go through. It's gonna be a nightmare. Might as well go ahead and just start chopping all the trees down, I guess. 'Cause I don't feel like working on the wall.
Would
The
you
wall?
rather,
Main part.
would you rather A, date someone who lets their pet scorpion ride on their shoulder, or B, date someone who lets their pet python sleep in their bed?
Scorpion right on their shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know how the scorpion is gonna do, but I'd rather not have an additional, like, something that could definitely eat me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I agree, scorpion, because I don't have to be next to the scorpion.
Yeah.
But if all three of us, I guess, are in the bed, he's there. I'm like, I'm gonna go sleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I've been, I guess, scorpions are poisonous, right?
I think they're venomous. Let's see, hold on.
I think so.
Because I think I'm gonna butcher this, but I think if you eat it and they die, they're poisonous. But if you eat it and you die, they're venomous. Let me check.
They're already dead and then you eat it. Aren't they in that like candy and stuff?
Yeah, so when I was younger, probably misunderstanding it, I thought scorpions were deadly.
If you eat something and die, it is poisonous. If something bites you and you die, it is venomous. Maybe.
Wait, what? Say that again? I was in the waterfall again.
Hold on. I don't know if this is. If you eat something and die, it is poisonous. If something bites you and you die, it is venomous.
Yes.
And then what was the? Scorpions. Scorpions. The class of animals to which scorpions belong contain the largest number of venomous species known. Scorpion stings kill more people around the world than any other animal except snakes. However, most varieties of North American scorpions are not venomous.
Okay. So some scorpions are deadly.
Of more than 2,000 species of scorpions, about 100 produce venom serious enough to be fatal.
Okay.
That is that a funny thought that I just remembered.
Scorpion?
No, about death.
Oh. that- What was it?
Um, vending machines kill more people than sharks
I can see that.
That is funny. Wow. How?
by falling on them.
Oh.
Yeah,
People,
because,
just call the number on the machine.
well, people want their chips.
I know.
I just remembered it because you were talking about like death, and it reminded me of that video I had saw, and somebody was all like, "What the vending machine pulled out the clock and clocked you or something," and it was all like, and then they just went on the different ways that vending machines could like inanimate kill somebody. That just it was just very funny, but yeah.
Ooh, what's the last thing you got out of a vending machine?
Some cookies.
When's the last time I've gone to a dang vending machine? I honestly don't know because I don't go to vending machines often, so I don't think I can even remember the last time I've been to a vending machine and got something.
Ever since I learned of Sam's, vending machines are like not. I was like, I could just get a box of these. What kind of cookies did you say, Juan?
Some small like chocolate chip cookies.
Like the little grandma's chocolate chip ones?
Yeah, kind of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got the grandma's sandwich cookies. Yeah. So back when I was in an office, I used to get stuff out of the vending machine all the time, and then I looked at how much it was costing.
Yeah, it adds up after a while.
Yeah.
So then I started going back to Sam's, and for the stuff that I could get at Sam's, I got it there, and then for the stuff that I couldn't get at Sam's or Amazon, I just went ahead and broke down and got it from the vending machine. And those days that I got stuff from the vending machine were like the real bad sleepy days.
When you're like, oh well, I didn't give a care. I know I don't want, so I can get this somewhere else, but I'm getting it right now because I want it right now.
Yes, well, that because I need to stay awake is one of the was the reason back then. And other times it would be like, oh yeah, I haven't had those in a long time. $1.50.
And usually, oh, I haven't had those in a long time was like a day or two before. That's how it usually. It's like, oh, I haven't had this in a while, and it was like a couple of days ago.
I guess if you can consider like the little 25-cent candy machines, vending machines, I guess that's probably like the most recent, or if like the
Okay.
last time I've gotten anything would be one of those like 25-cent candy machines.
Oh, you got a little Beyblade thing out of there?
No, I just got a sweet tooth of candy for 25 cents.
What kind of candy?
Probably Skittles.
For
Usually always mood.
for some reason. And was it you put the quarter in and turn it?
Yep.
Oh, wow. When's the last time I did one of those? The most fun one is the one that has like the funnel.
Oh, the gumball machine one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
watch it come falling down.
well, there's one where like you push it and then the quarter drops down and then the quarter just starts going around and around. You watch the quarter go down the funnel.
Oh, I know those. Yeah, those are like in like museums and stuff like that.
Museums, no. I'm not that old.
No, I mean like some of them are like the penny ones where it's like, oh, like if you put a penny here, it, like kind of like it talks about like the science behind it, or you're donating to something, or it's you put a penny in and it like flattens it to the point and it makes something.
Oh, okay. Those, yeah, 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 yeah.
Those cost technically 51 cents, just for that specific reason.
Oh, maybe.
The 50 cent the cost for it, and the penny you get back pressed into whatever something.
Oh, did y'all ever do that science experiment in school where you turned a penny like um silver and you turned a penny gold?
No.
No.
Yeah. So because pennies aren't solid copper anymore because copper's too expensive to do that, their pennies are plated. So they're plated with copper now, and depending on what solution or whatever like chemical that you put it in, it'll remove the copper or the zinc or turn the zinc to a different color.
That's cool.
Yeah. Dang. I don't think it's been many decades. So I don't think I have the gold penny anymore.
I've never done that. Have you done that sign experiment when you're trying to drop an egg from a high spot and make sure it lands and not crack?
I've done that before. Yeah.
I don't think our school could afford that many eggs.
No. Here we go. Torches.
Did y'all ever take a wood shop class?
Yes.
No, but that seemed like it would be cool.
Was it taught by a teacher that was missing a couple fingers?
Not that I can remember, but he was grumpy all the same. It was always a teacher that was grumpy, and just it felt like he didn't want to be there, but he had to be there. And he was like, "Look, I'm only gonna teach you this once, and then if you get hurt, you get hurt. So be careful. Not even be careful, just like good luck." And I was like, "Okay." You're trusting a bunch of teenagers, like 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds with
Sharp blades.
yeah, sharp blades and yeah, so and yeah, it was interesting.
You get hurt, you get hurt.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh my god. And that's why we don't have a shop teacher anymore.
That's why wood class is no more.
The class when I took that class, it was pretty cool. I don't think I have it. I think I have some of the plexiglass keychains that I made still, but like the things I remember from that class were like the bandsaw and the buffer. So like the plexiglass that we got, it had like it was covered in paper on both sides. So you would like trim out the shape that you want, and then if you wanted to, and then the engraver, and if you wanted to have like a name, if you wanted to have like a small kind of like a nameplate,
Mm-hmm.
you would get the thin piece of plastic. You'd cut it to the same shape of the plexiglass, and then you would bring down the engraver and like engrave your name into the plastic. And like it had a layer of paint, but then the rest of it was white. So whatever you engraved out would be white. And then you would take some epoxy and put it on the back of the engraved piece and put it onto the plexiglass part. And it would fuse after whatever the requirements were. And then you would do something for the back also. And then you would take the drill and like drill out a hole for the corner and then put a little the little keychain ring in there. I'm pretty sure I still have one of those. But yeah, man. How long ago was that? Like 30 years ago? What the hell?
Probably.
Not 30.
I
Not 30,
know I
25?
graduated high school in 2008, so.
Oh, I was already out of my first attempt at college. Dang, that was like the late 90s. Oh my god.
I know whenever I'm checking IDs at the place I now work at, it's always jarring to see, because my sister was born in 2001, so I can understand that. But like 2000, but when I see it, I'm like, oh, this makes me feel old.
Do I have enough gravel to where I could just make space? No. Do we need stone for anything?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna run back to the house.
You can put it in Robin's chest.
Okay, I'll put it in the ground. Let me out! Okay. I didn't want to risk dragging a dolphin.
You want a brownie?
No, early. Well, I don't know if I want to tell you.
You killed something.
No, I did not kill it. It despawned on its own.
Killed something and don't want to admit it.
Oh, it's a squid. Okay. Man. It looked like 3 shark fins popped up all of a sudden and then ducked back underwater.
They've added sharks in this update without telling nobody. Hey, you remember Terra Swoop? We had that conversation. Sharks in there? Yeah, we probably decided to add it to Minecraft. You're welcome.
Oh, man. That would suck. You're building a water build. All of a sudden.
Y'all start playing.
I can just see it now. It's like signature move was eaten by a shark. You're like, what the fuck?
Let's see what's down here.
I can see, Jaws. Miss signature.
He's been here for like 3-4 weeks, and now he's not here today, but
Yes.
It's still shocking that he's been there for 3 or 4 weeks. Ooh, caving!
Oh. I did run down the waterfall, so I should probably scraped up my knees.
Sleep.
Oh, I am not near bed.
You were doing so well, Kiki.
The bed's on the wall.
It should be in your pocket.
I ain't eat it. I needed andesite. And what better way to get andesite than going mining? And then I got
There's
side.
tons of andesite.
There is not because I've been using it. I've actually had to craft it the last few times because that's how much I use it.
There should be tons of crafting material.
I've actually used a good portion of that too, and I didn't want to use it all.
You can use all of the bird poop you want.
Okay, I'm out, but I'm on the wrong side of the wall. Running along the wall because there's just enough lighting to where nothing will spawn.
Would y'all buy that mini fridge?
I already
I
have
would
a mini
not.
fridge.
You already have it?
No, I already have a mini fridge. If I did not, I would.
I'm debating. Actually, I'm broke. But...
How much was it? I saw it, but I didn't see how much it was.
Oh, it's like $40.
How much was it?
40. Ah!
That's not too bad.
Uh-huh.
I need a projectile.
Man, if only you had your arrows in your offhand, you could use a bow.
I don't have a bow on me.
If only you had a bow to go with the arrows.
I have my throwing fork.
Only if you had a viable weapon, you would.
This is the best projectile. As it comes back to you.
The arrows duplicate themselves when you have infinity. There you go. Okay, now let me see how far this gets me.
That just makes waste.
Nah, they despawn, especially, but not if you don't miss your shots. If you don't miss your shots, then there's no waste at all. But you're killing, murdering everything. Wait a minute, isn't this bedrock? Can't I do this? Nope, doesn't work. Oh, it does.
I've been
But not.
seeing a lot of things that I want to get, but I don't want to get all this stuff, but it's cool.
Like,
So, the fridge, like
The mini fridge, okay.
so right now, Mama Taka, she found a Ender Dragon, like little toy thing, and I was like,
that's cool.
that's so cool, and it's in the podcast room. And then I found Minecraft pops. I hate pops because they look like little bugs, but the Minecraft
They're
ones
pops.
are square.
You mean like Funko Pops?
Yes, like Funko Pops.
Oh,
I was trying to figure out what he was talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm talking about sodas.
Pops. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Funko Pops because they look like bugs. But the Minecraft Funko Pops are square because it's Minecraft. So I was like, you know what, these actually look good. So I think I have all of them except for the enchanted enchanted Iron Steve. But I have all the rest, and they're on top of them, on top of the anime shelf in the podcast room. And then Mama Taco found a Mario statue thing. And she's like, you want this? And I'm like, and she's like, you put it in your podcast room. And I'm like, fine.
It all started with getting one thing for the podcast room, and now all of a sudden you have a giant collection of things in the podcast room.
And then I'm walking in Walmart and I see the fridge and I'm like, oh no. I know a good spot where they could go to.
In the podcast room.
And then at work, I open up a box of Legos, and it's a set for the Deep Dark,
In the podcast room.
and I'm like, I don't know where I would put those,
In the podcast room.
but I don't know where in the podcast room I would put those. And then I'm like,
Somewhere in the podcast room, because it will make its own space.
and I was like, they have the Deep Dark. The Deep Dark's kind of current. I remember they had some sets a while ago. Have they still been? Are they continuously making set? How many Lego sets of Minecraft are there?
Let's see.
And I'm like, this is gonna be a problem because Legos are expensive.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at
Currently,
that.
92 sets have been released.
No,
Taco's whole life savings.
it's like $10,000.
In the dark. I mean, in the podcast room. Rip Taco. Futures and dreams.
I don't want to. But I just keep seeing cool stuff. I'm like, ooh.
In the podcast room.
No one. I refuse.
I knew
to
that would
click
get a
it.
reaction.
I refuse to click it until after the stream.
Click what?
In Discord.
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
I thought you laughed because you saw it.
no. I was just laughing.
So the Minecraft Lego set started in December 2011.
I remember seeing a fox one and a pig one.
Oh, you know what I have? I have the lights. So I have the axolotl light,
Are we clicking
I
on this
want-
link?
and I want
I say yes.
No, I'm not on the Lego Minecraft
Okay.
thing. I'm on a
Thank you.
kind of I can do better. What I'm collecting is these. Let me get a picture. Axolotl. Why is my caps lock on?
The yellow key.
Not I know, yeah, image.
All the graphics.
This is what I got. I got the white one.
Ooh.
And these are what I'm collecting because it comes like you got. Let me see. There's a few different ones, and I want all of
For
those.
some reason, the picture in the top left corner reminds me of a light bright.
I remember those.
Man, my sister had one of those. I kind of want to go nostalgic and get one again. I'm pretty sure because it came out when we were kids, that now that we're adults, some adult has gone and
We got
like,
adult money.
created like a really, really crazy one.
A light bright or
Like either like put a bunch of them together or made this super crazy design. And I just,
oh, I'm sure it's out there.
what is that?
I want to collect all these. There's a torch one, there's a potion bottle one, and there's a fox one. And I last year my friend Olivia got me the axolotl one, and so now I want the rest of them.
So it's like a
That's
lamp.
Lion
why.
looks adorable.
Yeah, they're just little lights.
They're
Is
like
it like
little,
a nightlight kind of thing? Or...
yeah, it's like is it like a little lamp, like a tap light or something?
Yeah. They make an Arctic Fox version.
Oh
Ah,
wow!
that one's so. I love the Arctic Fox way more than the. Oh, that one's so cute. Nah, I didn't know they. Well, I don't want both. I just need the Arctic Fox one.
You know you need both in your life.
No, I prefer the Arctic Fox over the regular fox. Go with my axolotl. Yeah, that's my thing at the moment that I'm like, I kind of really want are those lights. They're so cute because I don't like my room is. I don't know. It's weird because like, I hate having on the big light because it's too bright. And it also causes too much heat for my room, so it makes my room unbearably hot at times.
You don't have LED lights?
I don't know what kind of. Oh no, I got like one big light, just one light on the fan.
No, the bulb.
I don't know what's in there. I don't know what kind of bulb it is. It's
You
just one
should-
big fan.
You should switch it out with an LED bulb.
I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's a bulb or not.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And so it makes my room unbearably hot when I have it on for long periods of time.
Mhm.
And so then I use like my little lamp. My little lamp has it does that one does have an LED light up in there.
Mhm.
But it's like not that bright. And so I probably should go to bed. I don't have lights on this bridge. And so then most of the time I like open the window, but then I've learned not open the window, I like open the blinds. But now I've learned that even though natural lighting is good, natural lighting also causes heat. So then I just stay in the dark.
Yes, because the light source is millions, what, 1,000,000 degrees or something?
I don't know, but yep. So I just stay in the dark in my room.
Your cave.
And then, yep. And my room stays nice and toasty. Not toasty, my name stays nice and cool. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you already got the personal heater running, so why add that other light sources? And so I like to have, like, the axolotl light on sometimes. Like, especially in the mornings when I'm getting ready, I just turn on the axolotl light on.
Axolotl?
bec-
Aww.
Because it's enough light where I can see, but it's not enough that's all like I'm blinded after I've literally just woken up 2 seconds ago.
Blinded by the light. My room used to be a cave back when I lived with my mom. Like the only light in the room was either the projector or the computer screen. Everything else was darkness.
Yeah, I try not to use the main light at all. Yeah.
When I got this house, one of the first things I did was change every single bulb to an LED bulb. And it was back before when LED bulbs weren't like the main thing. Like the CFL curly Q bulbs were still like popular.
Mm-hmm.
So my entire house had like I guess they're off brand because there weren't any major brands that actually adopted the technology. So like it'd be like An LED bulb made by LED bulb. And now,
Do they just last longer and just not, or just yeah?
yeah, so the it's two different technologies. So the incandescent bulbs, they run electricity through this type of material that glows red.
Mhm.
Like it glows like really, really bright, and it creates a ton of heat. But LED bulbs, LED is light emitting diode. That diode does the same thing, but at a much, much tinier scale and way, way more efficiently. So you end up with a bunch of light with a tiny amount of heat. Um, and it ends up lasting way longer. Like the bulbs lied, but when I first bought them, they were like, or maybe they didn't. It was like a regular bulb will last like, I don't know, I can't remember what it said. It was like 7,000 hours or something like that, or 4,000. And then there's like LED bulbs last 20,000 hours. And I was like, 20,000 hours? I'll have these bulbs forever. 5 years later, they all start breaking. So, so now I'm replacing all of my LED bulbs with like GE LED bulbs or Philips LED. Well, not Philips, because Philips have all the smart ones. But I think all the ones that I've been switching out of are GE. So, yeah. Mm. And then back when I used to use the green screen, I ended up buying like a handful of LED bulbs. But then that actually started to get hot because I had 5 lamps pointed at my face.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I couldn't even think if it was like 5 incandescent bulbs pointed at my face. Like every stream I end up getting a tan. The holidays are coming up.
Yes, yes, they are.
And you were gonna do anything interesting for Halloween?
What the fuck?
Sleep. What day of the week is Halloween?
Thursday.
Yeah, sleep.
I only know it's a Thursday because it means that I don't have to worry about dressing up for work. It's usually
Oh
me and my
no.
friend. Usually me and my friend dress up.
Mhm.
I broke it.
What'd you break?
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh no.
I mean, I can just do this real quick. Or I'll just in case.
We just need just any block to stop the water, and then
Yeah, I got some dirt.
and then I'll try to fix it. I pulled the Enderman. Okay, thank ya. And now, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it because if I try to fix it, it's just gonna break it more. Because I don't think I'm fast enough to take out the sand and replace it with gravel. What were you saying, Kiki, about dressing up?
I just know it's on a Thursday because me and my friend usually always dress up as a pair for Halloween. Halloween, so that's not something we gotta worry about this year.
They all do like ketchup and mustard, salt and pepper, peanut butter jelly.
No. Last year we did Pokemon Pikachu. She was
I'm sorry, I jumped in the waterfall. I heard Pokemon.
yeah, we did Pokemon. I was a Pikachu and she was the trainer.
Okay. That's cool.
The next if Halloween ever fallen on a day where we were both working, I think we were going to do the the people from Rush Hour? What are their names?
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan?
Yes. Because she's Asian and I'm black.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Were you gonna do any of the impressions?
Oh my gosh. I actually kind of was looking forward to that, but sadly, Halloween doesn't fall on a day where we both work this year. Okay. I was prepare myself for work.
No, stop.
I prepare myself for work.
Yes, stop. Stop yawning.
Yawn, yawn, yawn. Prepare for work. Yawn, 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 yawn. I must go, long story short.
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Have a good evening.
Having a good night, Kiki.
You too. Bye bye.
I'll do more night, or I guess the night is about to. The night is almost here, so when that happens, I'll end.
Cool. My inventory's full again. Nope, it's not. I will throw this flint into the abyss. Flint. Now I have an empty spot, so I can pick up another 54 blocks. I need a bundle.
Is that coming out anytime soon, or is it just like a proposed thing?
It is out, but it's in experimental mode.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, so once they finish testing with it, then it'll come over to the main game. But I could definitely use it right now because I have 1 diorite, 3 iron, 8 coal, 19 granite, and that could free up like 1 bucket.
I could free up the your entire inventory.
6 stairs. I could free up like a quarter of my inventory. Oh, it is getting dark.
All right. Ugh. Ugh, I guess I will end here as well.
Cool.
All right, everyone. Not many people are online today. But yes, I will see you all next time. Life has gotten very busy, but I will try my best to. I know I say this a lot, but I'll try my best to stream. But yeah, you're all wonderful. You're all one in a million, and you're all one of a kind. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye. Cool.
I am making my way down to the backside of this this iceway, so then I can put the other design on the other side and have some space behind it, and then I can seal it up and reroute the water around it. continue it into the wall and then figure out how I'm gonna get it to work around the rest of the iceway. Actually, no. No, that would be the interesting. I'll think about that when I get there. But yeah, you have yourself a good rest of your night and a good week one.
You as well.
And I will catch you later.
Yes. Have a good night.
You too. All right. It's like we're digging out a dinosaur, like a fossil or something. Yeah. That is it for today's episode of Minecraft Power Hour. We will be back next week for some more Minecraft. Actually, no, we'll be back tomorrow for either Overcooked or some Cars or Rocket League. Yes. As always, this is DK from Takoyaki Anime, and today with me was Keeks the Beast and the Traveling Wanderer. And as always, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Thanks for supporting the channel in any way that you do, and I will see y'all next time.